my name is Russell with the Piano Outlet, and today what I'd like to talk about is calibration of your PianoDisc system. Sometimes after we deliver these pianos, for some reason, calibration gets changed or forgotten by the computer. I don't really know the reason why, but it does happen on occasion. And when that does happen, what will happen is that your piano will not play soft enough, or it will play too soft, or it won't play properly. So there's a way to remedy that, and the way to remedy that is to tell the computer the lowest possible volume that each note needs in order to play. So when you turn the volume down very, very low, all the notes will play evenly across and some won't be left out. So the first thing that we're going to do is turn the piano on from your power strip on the left-hand side. Power strip is here, and as you can see, the piano is already turned on. One of the other things that is also a good idea to do while you're under here is to run a test. This is your test button, as you see it right here, and the test will run all the notes. Now remember, there are some notes on this end that don't play and some on that end that don't play, the bass and treble. The reason why is if I continue the solenoids from this point, I would have to cut into the leg. And I don't want to molest the piano because it doesn't need to. Those notes are very, very rarely played. Really isn't necessary in a player piano to have them. So I do delete them so I can keep the original form of the piano intact. Now Yamaha disc claviers, their legs are the disc clavier legs are different than the standard Yamaha leg. They're smaller and they come up to about here. But the standard Yamaha leg, which this piano has, I did not want to cut into, so the first 4 or 5 notes don't play here in the bass, and the same thing in the treble. So when you press the test button, you'll notice that when the notes start playing, they start playing 4 or 5 notes into. And you just do that to make sure that all the notes play. And after you see the pedal solenoid work, it'll push down. Then you just want to press the test button again, and you're done testing. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to adjust the volumes. Now, one thing that you'll notice is that there's an amber light right here. That's the way it's supposed to be on all the time. When you want to start calibrating your piano, you're going to move this little thumb switch here over 1, 2, 3, so that the learn light is on. And you have to do it right away. When you're ready to calibrate the piano while the learn light is on, and you have to make sure you do it while it's on because it'll switch back to status, is press the button in for select, and then move the thumb wheel until you start hearing the first note playing in the bass. As you hear, it's playing at a very slow volume. Now I did calibrate this piano before, and the way it actually was before was at a lower volume, but I calibrated it, and so this is the correct volume it should be at. And what I mean by the correct volume, it should be at a very low volume, but the note being struck cleanly. Because you'll notice if I go lower, you barely hear it. Actually, it's not that you barely hear it. You hear it get softer? We could actually leave it that way. I'm going to leave it at this volume because I like it, it's nice and soft. I'm going to press the thumb wheel in again and go to the next note. I'm going to lower it a little bit. Push it in to save it, go to the next note. Push it in to calibrate it. Push it in to save it, go to the next note. Push it in to calibrate it, turn it down, go to the minus. Push it in to save it, go to the next note. Push it in to calibrate it, turn the note down a little bit. Push it in to save it, go to the next note. Same thing again. I want to turn that one down, push it in to select it, turn it down. Push it in to save it, go to the next note. Next note you can barely hear, or you don't hear at all. And maybe the camera right away lets it go and you can see that the note is trying to play. And when you confirm you have that recording, you can come back. Now I'm going to move the note up. So I'm going to select it by pressing it in. Actually, not select it, but put it into the calibration mode. Raise the volume up. A little too loud. Let's take it back a little bit. It's always good to move the switch and then wait for a reaction. Move it. Wait. Wait. Here you go. I want to give it just a little bit more than that. That's good. So I'm going to save it. Go to the next note. Again, that's a note that's barely playing. Put it into calibration mode. Push it in. Raise the volume up. After you do that to every single note, you press the button in, hold it down, till you see them all flash. That means all your settings are saved. And how you can check it, move the thumb wheel over to the Learn, select Calibration mode, or the Learn mode, it's actually Learn mode, and then you're going to move the thumb wheel till you hear every note. There they are. That's the way we calibrated them. Move the thumb wheel to go. This one here we didn't calibrate yet, so just for the heck of it, we'll push it into the Learn or calibration mode, raise the volume up, turn it down just a little bit. Move the thumb wheel, wait for a reaction, press it to set it. To save all your settings, push the button in. And that's how you calibrate the piano. You want to do that to every key. And then you want to go back and you want to listen to them all again. And then you should have a nicely calibrated piano that will play beautifully at a low volume level. So, I know it's kind of tricky, but if you have any questions, you can call me anytime. My cell phone is 954-803-3319, Russell, the piano outlet. Thank you.